So sorry, man. So sorry. Ooh, I should have mentioned it before. I'm so sorry. I was painting my wall over there and I completely forgot. So there's orange at the top. It looks good from a distance. I'm not sure if I'm going to keep it. It's just, you can't see it from here. But if I work this properly, you can get that Indian right over there. I see it. See the Indian right over here. The Indian is right over here. The Indian face is right here. How is everybody? You know, when you sit here and or you work and you think and somebody says something, and depending what the trend of thought of your own personal thought of what you're going to do with what you hear is where you're going to end up. I was going over some numbers. I don't always remember. I would have to sit there 24 hours a day, and the minute something comes up. Anyways, let me go back and take a look at what I see over there. The Indian face. Okay. That's got a deep cut underneath. I don't have the small one. Not sure if I should take the more of the white first or more of the blue. I'm gonna go with the blue. I have a brush for the blue, and I shouldn't be doing this. I have to take another look. The Indian face is right there. This has got to be more of the blue coming in there. And I've got to be like 10 feet away, 10, 12 feet away. And now I can see the undercut. And then there's a slight cut right over here. Okay, now when you look at it from up close, it looks like nothing. When you look at it from here, it's definitely an Indian face. And you take a look, and I'm going to show you exactly where it is. The eyes and the nose and the mouth right here. Although the whole design is off because of that. And I'm not sure if you can see this over here. I'm not even sure what I should outline it with. Should I outline it with a blue? And I call it the ship. I have a few things to say. I really do. Sometimes it's not worth talking. You know, sometimes it's hard to listen to something that's repeated all the time. I'm not sure if you can hear me across the room. You know, sometimes to pay attention, to go nowhere, people get bored eventually. You know what? You have to learn to find the path now. Eventually, when you get bored in this life, it's like sports. In life, if you don't start at a very young age, it means if you don't start now and you start getting used to it, you fall into your zone and you become happy in your zone until somebody in your zone starts to push you. The boyfriend, the girlfriend, the husband, the wife, the friend. Everybody's pushing each other, watching your ass. So I'm just trying to figure out, would this be a boat? Can I? Okay, so now we have
I don't know if I'm going to do it in blue or do it in red. Right now I'm doing it in blue because you know what the privilege is of being home, and you know, and it's your money. You can do it 100 times. That's what science is all about. Science is about recreating. Even if it's a white wall, I'm just recreating the white wall. Doesn't matter what I create, does it? You know, you're still using paint. I could be using a marker. Could be using anything. It's going to be boring, but give me 10 minutes. I'm going to come and sit by the video. I have this idea in my head. Sometimes there's nobody here and I'm a little bit late. I can't see what's going on camera right now, but I want to keep my voice moving. I'm not sure if I should have cut this out in white or cut this out in blue. I wasn't sure. I can cut it out in white and cut it out. I'm cutting it out in blue now. And then after that, I'm going to cut it out in white. You know what? I'm not sure if I like the latex paint, but it dries pretty quick if I want to continue. It doesn't feel like it sticks to the wall as much. You know, when I start to look in there, you get visions. It's almost like you get a vision and you actually fabricate in your mind a great vision. 5724. Anybody figure out why 24? What you can do with 57 in math, what you can do with 24 mathematically, what two-letter words besides X, besides LL, right? You ever hear of LL, right? Number 24. LL in Spanish is like llama. They're saying name. They're spelling LL, saying llama, okay, when the word is name. So they're using the LL for a llama sound. Llama, yabba dabba doo, yo we lev. Take some languages, mix them up. See how the Christopher Columbus, who was the Spanish discoverer overseas, because this is all about pirating. We got pirated. What happens with a pirate? Two sides of the ship. On the ship, you have those who are actually with you and those who are against you, right? Isn't this, what do they call that when you're on the ship? Mutiny? So we have to now learn about our shipping and shipping codes. And these are all these things that I'd like to put into my Edna machine and unscramble all the words. Imagine all these stories that will come from words with definitions and descriptions through verbs and adverbs, all delivered to us on a silver platter, only because God said it was the word. And if I want to be a good religious person, somehow certain things are most things and some things and other things that God said or said that he said, okay, and spoken and written into a language in many different languages, we can balance off and see what the differences are, and knowing what's missing to how we can envision it or others can envision it around the table, because there are 12, but the separation between each person, okay, although it's close on the telephone, there's an extra barrier where the judge sits, and that is between 0 and 1. 0 being, imagine 0 is always after number 9 because you're starting at number what? That's right. Right after number 9, you start at number 7. Because when you get to the 10 and 0 equals 6, 1 and 6 equals 7, and that is the church and the spirit. Church and the spirit. Spirit is 76. 9 lives of the cat, freedom of 55, and you got a straight right to the 7, 5, 6, 7, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you have 18 and you have 15. You have 18 and 15, the letters OR, they are gold. 38, gold. Also known as C3L12 equals 15, U21 equals 36. Spade, S-P-A-D-E, SP35, then ADE, 145. Electrical world, sun. 145 is 10, so you have 45. So you have 45 for the club. And 38 is, 45 for the spade, and 38 is the club, and that's the gold. The gold is the club, and it brings on electric company through numbers, because that's what they say, and it has nothing to do with the story I'm creating, because I'm not making any story. I'm just counting the letters in the alphabet. God said so. Didn't you go to church today? How many people in the world following the Bible, and how many people reading it different? I'm only reading it through the alphabet, because everybody said, hey, buddy, you watch Sesame Street today? You watch Sesame Street today? I learned right from Sesame Street. They told me exactly what to do. And I also saw conjunction, junction. What's your function? I went to school. They told me there's a lot of things to do with nouns, person, place, or thing. They made games. One of them was in Jeopardy. It was a way to speak words backwards to come up with the question so you could have the thought and the reflection. The other one was questionnaire. The $10,000 pyramid, and all these games are just clues, the words. I'm not sure if you can see what I've been doing up there. Just cutting it out with this little pen over here. I'm not sure if I should turn it into a boat or not, you know? I don't know what's going to go up here. I didn't think of anything. I don't even know if I like what I did over here. I'm not sure. I have to analyze. And I'm not sure if I want to cut out in white and also cut that out in blue, but I'm going to do the video right now. See if I can conserve this paintbrush and keep the paint all over me. I think for 1.3 million, okay, for 1.3 million, it'll cost you absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing. Zero. But it'll cost 1.3 million. Imagine this. You buy this building I'm in, okay, you buy this building I'm in. You give nothing to nobody. You keep it for yourself. Charge rent, buy the building. The only thing it has to say is, we gotta just make sure no one paints this place but me or anybody that I ask to do something. No, that would break sort of like the contract. No, but I'm the only one that gets to paint the place. You buy the building, you own the building, and you got a contract that I can live here and pay my rent on time. Just don't bother me. Just let me be at peace, finding the truth, taking one more item out of the inside of me, feeling protected in my own home for the best that we can protect yourself under normal circumstances. 1.3 million, I'm quite sure you give them a little bonus. There's a few things to do in this building. First of all, in the wintertime, the cold air, you touch it, put your hand on the window, and that window is freezing. I don't even know if my finger will get stuck to it. Okay, let's do this. Let's do this. Life, communication, TV, radio, satellite, moon, digital. First, it was, how are we going to get the energy over there? How would we transmit the signal? At what radius will that signal be transmitted? How many transmitter, and where do we need to put these transmitters? And if the transmitters overlap each other, and we have to overlap because everything is like this, so we have to overlap the circles in order to catch everything. So you need 3 circles and 3 circles to catch everything, and then one main circle
over the 3 and 3 circles to take that communication somewhere else. And you keep having to have that. And that's your single 0 and your double 0, because you have no choice but to have the minimum of 3 circles and 1 circle. And the club is a basic representation. To turn 3 fans, and then the part of the club you do not see is the circle that goes over the center of the other circles, because all you see is the club. But then the spade comes in and it tells you a different story. The spade comes in and tells you a different story. And the heart comes in red with no stand. And the diamond stand that is on that club is telling the hidden story, what we don't see. And at the same time, if there is a round on the bottom of the leg, it's cut off because it means it takes 2 of them, the reflection of 1, to replicate and to move forth. But the difference, it is moving forth with the Cancer sign on it. It is a loop. And the reason, one of the reasons for the loop, let me see if I can do this. One of the reasons for the loop, like this, is because, and it's this way, first of all, it's run this way. I have to see this. I have to turn it because that is the, sorry, we have to turn it. That is what they call, there's a special reason. It's something to do with the torus, and we twist it. So we, hold on a second. So we're going from the past into the future, not so fast. We go from the past into the future, retrograde back to the past, and then we move on by just 1 twist onto the, and all that time, the distance is greater because it goes around here, and this gets to read your 1/4, 1/2, 1/3, whatever it is of the movement. And all you need is 2 of these, 0 and double 0, or the number 8, to read your entire movement at a greater distance to catch the 360, let's say 6 days in a year, or the 360 days in a year, and the 5.25 it takes to get around the bend. TV, radio, communication, looking at the screen. Harvey the Rabbit, 1 cubic. Now we're going to, I had a design, I had something, because the ace, everybody knows. Does anybody know anything about that? Oh, Jamie Allen, thank you. How are you doing? Hunter Bear, no one at all. No one home. The 1 is not home. Who takes the 1 position? Because in the 1 position is number 5. There's just so many ways to look at it, and I just have to bang things off myself to understand. You know, from here, I'm not too crazy about the wall. Maybe it's too bright. I don't know. I like it when I'm close to it, but I don't really, I don't know. And it's too bright in the kitchen, too. Something's just too bright in here. It's too bright. I don't know. Too bright. It's got to knock out some lights. Oh, where does that light go? Where's that light going? Okay. Where's that door? Where's that door? Right there. Let me follow the door. The door's over here. I'm gonna shut that door. I rearranged the place today. This is freaky. This is the first time I ever lived in this apartment. I'm going into my 2005 to 2021. Is it 16 years that I did? 5 to 6 to 7 to 8 to 9 to 10 to 11 to 12 to 13 to 14 to 15. That's 10 to 16 to 17 to 18 to 19 to the year 20. That's 15 to the year 21. From 5 to is 16. Am I going into my 17th year? 2005 to from 21 to 22. That'll be my 17th year I'm going into in this place. So I'm reaching the level of Q. I just had my phone ding with me. In fact, this is like one of the first days my phone has been dinging. This is a dingy day. This is EIEIO day, the 59th day of the year, and is the second cycle
the second part of the fourth complete cycle, 4 times 728 of the cycle. That's right, in February, 4 by 7, Jesus, the month of Jesus, 7 times 4. The sky system of Saturn, the painted sky, because it's CIL, number 39, and number 3 is a combination of 2 and 1. And we're going to show you that combination right here. Where is it? It's right here. The ace. This is the ace. You see a card. You see a card, but you got to manufacture the rest. That's just the skull bones. They gave you the answer. Follow the skull bones. When you went to school, you made stickman before you made anything else. They teach you for stickman. Position is everything, and what to do on the way to the position is everything else. If you just make 2 little dots or dots close together, you can almost manufacture who I am just with dots. And they've done it in art before, and if they can do it in art and it's been done, somebody can do it and it's being done, then you're not a nut and you're okay, and you just have the same vision of others. That's what I like to work on. I like to work on what everybody else sees, and I just want to chop it up and rearrange it a little bit. So yeah, that's the ace. So what happens, okay, is when the ace comes into the game, it comes in as like a shape, like Tetris, right? And the ace comes in, and I think it flies just in between the other ace, under beta, under the 2 system, right? Like a cap on your tooth where it's bridging 2 teeth. Well, the ace comes on, right? And it makes a place for 2 more entries. I need an entry point here, and I need an entry point here. And it sits here, and somebody lands in this position, and somebody lands in this position over here. 2 empty spots. Now, instead of being 1, or the 2 empty spots that came together as a bridge, okay, now become 3. 2 around 1. 10-20 location. Here's your ace. At the same time, when you're designing the ace, I mean, what are you actually designing? I did it sideways, like the corner of a building. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and then I want to do that. And the reason for that is because I need to have that right over there. I need position. Oh, but I did it by 2, so I'm not sure if I should have made it above and below like that, and then we can connect it. Now we have the above and below, the center. This one's showing one design. Almost looks like, I don't know, if you look at it long enough on the right angle, you put an eye over here, it's like a duck. See his little eye? He's got another eye. He's quacking, quack, 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 quack. There's his little legs. Anyways, that's the cube or the passage, okay, through that A. The same time A does other things, A actually gets involved with N, and A also gets involved with Z, because when you put these 2 together, okay, I'm going to see if I'm able to do it just like that. And I put that together, and I'm just trying to see if I can do this. Let me see if I can do this. Yes. And you put this together, you end up with your A. Here's your separation over here. Do you see it? Right over here. In one word, Zion. One word. Anyways, just let me show you what the A does. Let me stop fooling around. The A does this. Skull bone A does this. Here is the D letter. Here is the C letter, and this is half your stop sign. And hexagon. Okay, so this is your A. It's made up of DC. DC. 43. Or how about AA or 1-1, ace 11 in blackjack? Ace 11, 11 equals 63. 63, what a number, eh? What a number. The only way to get 63 is with 63. But it's just amazing because there's other ways to get 6 and 3. I don't remember what it is right now. But, I found one way that was very interesting, and I forget what it is. I'm probably going to remember one time. Oh, yeah, I found it. Okay, I'll tell you in a minute. Why AA over here is because 777, 7 times 7 times 7 equals 343, or CDC. Names have to be repeated. In the games that we're playing, okay, things are repeated and repeated and repeated in a cycle. Nothing goes straight up. It has to go up and down to bring everything back into society, to bring everything back through the communication, TV network, radio, satellite, vibes, lights, whatever it is. It's got to come back into the system so you get it, so you don't wake up tomorrow and go, oh my God, what is it? It's white, it's on the floor, it's cold outside. I can't believe it. What's going on? It snowed last night. Snowed last night. This is better like this. Not enough shadow. That's a good shadow, but no. So what is it? What if I take this light and aim it right on me? So I'm actually in the other world. I'm not actually on this planet right now. I'm on the other side. The connection is not as good. The two screens, the metric matrix, trying to combine the two sides together are not exact. So I don't come in the same. I come in a little bit different. Now, am I fooling around with you or am I speaking serious? I'm not sure if I put this up as education or film and promotion. Film and promotion from where maybe this should be the History Channel, or what would we call this? The odd things we never see, nobody ever speaks about, that are so true, that have absolutely no value in this world at all, other than the value that we all came together to see what happened. The truth came from it, and wow, it's so exciting. Let's put it back in the box. We'll come back tomorrow until the truth of the story becomes Jumanji. So here is my number 36, and it's so long that I want to find out where some of my numbers come from. Hold on a second. Okay, so 1 plus 2 is 3. Plus 3 is 6. I now have 136, the 613 laws of Moses. 365 and 248 equaling to 613, but all actuality, it equals to 514, or Mars' birth in the sun. But we have an equation that shows up over here, and this equation is 8 and 5 is 13, 1 and 3 is 4, 6 and 4 is 10. Add a 6, it becomes 574. And now we have, in the past, we have Jesus of time running through the moon. Which moon, I don't know, because it could be Deimos, could be Phobos, it could be Lunas. There's many moons out there, but right now, I'm going to leave my focus to those three. Imagine the moons of Mars called Demas or demons, and phobos for phobia. The phobia of the demon, if you put it in my mind, the demon will linger for me to understand and lose my time whether the demon exists. Just to know there is a difference, you have to make a decision. You have to think of the left side and the right side, and then question each side. DNA them that back together until you figure out yes, no, no, yes. And at the end, your mind has lost all this time. And it's the same thing about friends and trust. Because when you can trust someone to watch your okay, then you've got the IT system is secure. So this becomes 574, and then there's equations for each and every single one. So here's my 36, and this 36 is a fabricant of where they went through the city of 66, where it's freedom 66. When I say a word, there's going to be a relationship. And when you add up, okay, when you add up letters, the 6th, the 18th, 10, D4, O15, M 13, 28, 32, 42, 52, 62, 66. And 66 is a relationship to the female because of, I think that's what it is. No, I think it's to number 3. I think it's the number 3 and 12 and 21 and 30 equals to 12 and 21 and 30 equals to 51, 61, 62, 63, 66. Number 3 equals to 30, 66 when it is mirrored. And when it gets mirrored, none of them, okay, sorry, one of them is inside the mirror house, and that's number 21. They are all mirroring each other. 12 mirrors 21, and 30 represents 3. So if 21 is mirrored, then it's mirroring the 12, and both 12 and 21 are in the house. This number is going to be related and exchanged to number 9. 33 will be living in the skies of Saturn in the creation of day. The 24 hours of creation. And don't forget, he also made the animals. So we have to split it up 12 hours and 12 hours. I'm going to include all the animals as animals. And if there's anything else, we're going to have to split that up again for a number value. This, okay, also is so just through numbers, okay, and then into words, okay, this is what we get. And don't forget, we get the word man, so there's a cycle connected to woman, and the church and electric company is connected to the WO in woman. Don't forget, there's one O, there's two O's, it's all telling you a story. So because, right, there were the 6 days of creation. I don't like, the 6 days of creation. And, it's the 6 days of creation. And don't forget, we have the 2 days of the weekend. So it must have been made in 2 parts. They called it Sunday, but it was just a reflection of Saturday, because in Saturday, it's Saturday Night Live, but it's always Sunday morning church. So they connected the day and the night right over there. And when they connect like this. And the Mayans do a lot of those designs, and you see them on top of capitals like that, and it's day and night. And the other one that plugs in, I'm not sure which way I'll do it. It's a gear. Night, 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 night. No, this one is day. This one is night. And I'm not sure how this is moved if it has an arm, okay, on each one of these. So you can't maybe go over them, showing the sunrise and sunset. At the same time, if we did it again, it's actually going to build bricks. And it's also number 52 and 89 when I do this. If you want me to do it, say something, and I'll do that equation over here. So this is where number 66 is found, and that is also for XLRU, which is, I think it's, hold on a second. Hold on. X, L, E, R, I can't see what letter that is. Oh, D. D and 23. Yes. XLRU. XLRU for this. See where this says 6 over here? Anyways, I'm off the subject. We're going to go back to what we were doing over here with the numbers. We found number 36. We showed you where we got number 36. The only way to use mathematically how we get the 3 is 1 and 2. And we know what the 1 and 2 looks like. The 1 and 2 is DC. We got the DC, how we showed you that it took the D with the C to create the ace, which shows you 2 sides to it. So 2 sides plug in to the base. And now we have 3. 2 sides plug into the base. The question is, you see this over here? The question is, if it's A and A, hold on a second. I'm thinking. We're going to do a reflection of A and A. And we're going to do, which way do I close that building coming down? No, maybe I shouldn't have done that. Maybe I should keep this whole thing there and keep that building going all the way down. And A1 goes into I9, artificial intelligence. And through it, it passes between the 2 worlds, the electrical worlds. It gets electrified, the moving spirit, as it goes through, or is it the spirit coming through, electrifying these 2 worlds as it plugs into the ground, earth? From air to ground, A and I. A1, Roman numerals 9. So if I actually took my numbers and did it properly, I would probably end up with this scenario. 1, 3, 3, 1. The reflection of the first cube of a one-face cube. Total is 3, 6, 7, 8, plus these area spaces because they're larger. And don't forget, we have to be enlightened. Not everything works. We have to take from one area space. We need air for the machinery, and then we need air to work the machinery that we created because of the electrical system, and then where we're going to put our electricity, our cloud, and everything else in the fleshy robotics. So this would be 2, 4, 2, 4. And that would be the reflection over here. And this 4 would get this 3, 7. And this 4 would get this one 5. And now we've just increased our moon size. So now what would we do over here? We'd get 5, 4, 7 over here. And we get 5, 4, 7 over here. 613 laws of Moses. So this one was 13, creates man. This one over here is 10. This creates the day, and this is the beta creation. This is the double of this. This is your matrix. How do we get this? With 74 Jesus will create your silver spirit matrix. Because why? 7 plus 7 equals to 14. 1 plus 4 equals to 5. It's basic math. We just have to know, we just have to do all the equations and then fit them in. And I do the basic star system. Okay, there's 2 ways to do the star system math. Okay, I do it. I'm doing my blueprints. My blueprints say measure from here to here. Okay, I got multiplication. Okay, and when it's on this angle,
Oh, look, it's in here. Okay, it's the cross. Okay, I got addition, star system, math. Okay, now if you create more of these, it'll tell you more of a story. So in the center over here, you have a free star, and your star looks like this. Looks like a little sun. And you got that little star in the center. So it has nothing to me. So if you count the star, you have 8. So if I took this star and did it again, hold on a second, I got a V here, and I came down, and I need to do it on another page. I'm gonna do it. Okay, I need to go back and forth. Okay, first I do an M, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. I do it up, down, up, down, up, down, up. Whoops, something happened here, eh? Yeah, it was supposed to go to here. Hold on a second. Let me see where I... Okay, hold on. Is this possible? I made another mistake. See, this is supposed to go down to here. Hold on a second. I did this here. I did that here. I did that here. I went down 2. I did 2. I did 2. I did 2. So I should go out 2. But it's not working because this should go out 2 and then down here. Okay, so anyways, this is what it is. But if you take a look, right, it becomes the famous octagon. Okay, it becomes the famous octagon. Now, when you close the octagon in the center, the octagon in the center becomes a square. And then this is the design that comes out of it. But when you recreate this octagon, okay, when you recreate the octagon, in which is part of the last design I was showing you, okay, you have to follow what you possibly can do with your straight lines. All right, here's my straight line going down here. Here's my straight line going down here. Straight line by 2, straight line by 2, straight line by 2, straight line by 2, straight line, straight line. And then this, it comes out 2. Okay, and then this, it comes out 2. And then this, it comes here, comes here. Anyways, it's not coming out the way I thought it would. Let me do it slower. Can you see? Okay, number 1. Number 2. Now, you have to follow these lines. Okay. This is step number 2. Now we're going to go into step number 3. And then you have the same thing.
as the same thing here as the same thing here as what we described to start with. And when we build these, when we put another connection over here, what's going to happen is we're going to end up with a square over here, and we're going to end up with a diamond in the center. And then we're going to end up with a diamond in the center. Well, here we're going to end up with a square. Here we're going to end up with a square. Here we're going to end up with a diamond. So 2, 4, 6, 8 in this situation are all diamonds, and 1, 3, 5, 7, 9 are going to be squares. Okay, anyways, but they're all going to be cut in half, except for number 5 is hole in the center. Okay, I just want to go back to this page over here. We're going to be wrapping it up soon. So we came to this equation where this is 4, this is 6. So we have, and this is 2. And these are all the numbers we have. And when we put them to come all together, what comes in? Everything goes to the center. 1, 2, 3. Does everything go to the center? See, the 2 and 2 are already in the center. So what we're going to get into the center is 8 and 8. I'm going to eliminate, or we can look at the aces as splitting up, okay, 2, 3, and 4, and 2, 3, and 4. And that's our human vibration. 18 by 18, 324, and all the equations that go along with this number over here. How do you create this 70, 70, 70, 75, 75, 75? Do I have a calculator? I usually do, and for some reason I do. 234 divided by 9, 26. 234 divided by 8. Birth on Earth. Birth on Earth. 29 is the birth from the sun on Earth. Birth on Q. Not only birth on Q because of what 25 does, but this is times 8, and that's your HQ, headquarters. 234 divided by 7. I want to use the gateway creates Christ. 234 divided by 7. 33, 42, 28. Okay, this one is very interesting because when you divide by 7, okay, we're always going to get the same numbers, 28571 4. 4, 2, 7, and the next number here would be 4, and that's the Christ, and that's the division of all 7s. That is your Christ. 33, 6, and 9, your rotation, your percentage. Why is 33? 3 times 3, 3 plus 3 is 6 and 9, and the artwork, okay, shows me the percentage sign connecting 8 to the 7th gate. Because although S equals to the 19th letter, the spirit, the S is the 19th letter, the reverse of the S before it became the S because of the reflection was the 16. This one is 7 over here. So the reflection of 7 is 1. But because of 1 and 1 plus 9 equals to 10, they will both come out to 7, and that will be your Christ. 77. Inside of here is also from this number over here. We'll create this number over here. We'll create 42 and 13, or minus 13. And this will give you 29 and 55. And what do you get? 1, 2, 3, 4, with the center of 5, 5. And the total is 6, 7. 3, 3, and 1, 7. 3 and 3, 6, and 1. We're always going to connect to a corner. So we did this 1, 2, and then we have 10. And when we get to 10, okay, right over here, because all zeros equal 6, where this 10 is, we're going to go 7, then we're going to go and 7 and 5 is what you're talking about. And that equation will give you the moon when it's going to end up 7 and 6. There's an interchange in the next two numbers, where in here we get the moon, the spirit, and area space because of the mathematics. It also gives you electric company. If you want, I can show you. I'm going to look at the comments. I haven't been looking. And then when you go to number 21, okay,
this becomes 15, and the total of 21 over here. So you added one more 6, but at the same time, you have 10, okay, plus 5 plus 6. But in the equation over here, in the secondary equation, when I re-add it up, I'll be adding up 10 to 15. And this is the key. This is the key right here. J, O. And this is the key. This says joy. This is love joy, the key. And the reason it's the key, no, this is Joe. Hold on a second. Why is it the key? The Y is the 25, and this becomes Mars, Earth, Yo 11, the student birth of 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes, 1, 2, 3, 4 creates J. J will create a flip side of Q. The O will create a flip side of L. Wow, you have J-Lo. The Y creates Earth. Where do you get the Y? Because of number 25, the 10 and the 15. The next two numbers is a mathematical equation. We have to count it. I have to put it down on another piece of paper. I never have enough paper and everything goes on top. I wish I can just spread everything apart. Anyways, we get to the last one. Here it becomes 7 and the next number is 5. So that equals to 12. Okay, and now you're going to add to it number 6, and that equals to 18. So the bottom side numbers equals to 18, the top side numbers equal to 21, and the flip side of numbers is 18 and 21, or 3 and 9. I'm not really sure what we missed. I'm not sure if you completely understood that. I know I didn't explain it properly because I barely understood how to explain it. It's 9:49. Whoop. What happened to my, I just put my camera down. I don't know what happened to my, yeah, okay, I thought I made this disappear. Jamie Allen, I can use some good vibes if anyone's got some. Yeah, sorry it took me so long to get to that. The good vibes to know is what we can put in our mind, and that is to know that we have to start standing up and talking slowly to certain people around us. I don't know what the strength is, but the more we, there's many, I mean, the setup of the entirety is set up by the demand of the rule of the population. And we have put ourselves in a dilemma at this point, letting one group govern everything when there should be a keyhole. It's so easy. You enter it into a system and you put in all the things you're not satisfied. And when the majority of the people are not satisfied, you can say, okay, we want change because we're the one who created the white coats, or not the white coats, but the one who are directing. And there should be an easier way to create change than what we have to go through. When you see people that are starving around the world, okay, in your own streets and homes, and you see what's going on, okay, how can you push to save the frontliners when everybody else is falling down in the streets in their own place? Why are we only protecting the one-liners? Because there's more people falling down in the streets right now than anything that's happening in any H zone. I can almost guarantee you that. All you got to do is look it up on Google and you'll have the answer right away. They gave us the key. And this is for my cat. It's my key to start playing with the cat. Oh, follow the ball. Follow the ball. Okay, let me read this. Hunter Bear, it's a spiritual warfare out there. Ben Cullen, keeping your heart plugged in, the big heart. Do the thing 1 minute at a time, one time at a time. Everybody snowed last night. Zion and Uptick Recycling Simulation. You're cool. You're one cool fellow, Mr. Taxpans. Hey. Snowed last night. Zion and Uptick Recycling Simulation. Right. Recycling Simulation. Pretty good. I'm going outside in the dark, walk around. Wow. So brew coffee, brew a storm. And now we're signaling out. Take care, everybody. And our greatest asset right now is the asset that actually controls us, which is the communication board. We listen to the news, right? We're just listening to news. There's no laws. We hear something, there's a recommendation, okay, but spoken out in other words that we tend to believe that it's a real law when it's when it's, look it up and you'll know what it is. But irregardless to that fact, okay, that we don't come together to do certain things, irregardless of it, just knowing that there's a possibility, huge, that somehow the entire network that is the internet network, if we get spliced off from the old connection, what is our passage? Well, it's through the main source, and it's the internet connection. So all our information is going to continue going on, and we can see our distrust. So somebody's watching, somebody hears us, and like I said in the last video, your safest place ain't on this unless we stand and watch each other's back. Raphael, 7286 in the constellation of Pegasus. You're putting those arms up, eh there, Robin? I should put my arm up too. I got like a little pain in this shoulder here. Look how gray this shirt is, eh? Okay. Remember what a spade and a pick is. Look it up in French, and you don't want it. You don't want the spade or the pick. You don't want the spade. That's not a good card. The spade is not a good card. And look at it and think of what it means. A pick, right? And a spade is the same thing. It's to put in your... Thank you for watching this video. Ciao.